Hello everyone, welcome back. It's mid-February of 2025 and this kind of weather has us all dreaming of spring and gardens and seed starting, so I thought I'd make a video of our new seed starting setup and kind of show you a really easy and cheap and convenient setup that you can use. So in the past, this is our setup, our new setup. In the past I had used those Hyper Tough just the cheap LED shop lights you get at Walmart or whatever, and they worked well, but as time has gone on they've become more and more expensive, and these kind of grow lights have become cheaper, and so it makes less sense to use things that aren't really grow lights when grow lights are as cheap or even cheaper. So I have these rigged to this metal shelf. These are the Barina T8 2-foot long grow lights, and these are the full spectrum, which are a very red color, as you'll see. You can also pick daylight. You have the option when you order them, and those are more white. But I'll tell you, these reddish kind of color ones do a fantastic job on seedlings, and I'll take you down in the basement in a minute and show you how they do with citrus trees, because I upgraded the lights for those too. It's these exact lights except in the 4-foot version. These are the 2-foot version. But this is super convenient because I just have these attached to the shelf. They're all linked together. This is the tag on the lights, so you can kind of see, but they're all linked together with like one cord to the next, to the next, to the next, and then you plug it in. There's one plug that plugs in, so at the end of the season I just unplug one plug, carry this entire shelf downstairs, store it in the basement, and then when it's time to start seeds, just bring it up just like this without the plastic trays on it, plug it in, and set up, and you're ready to go. So it's super convenient, and it works great. As you can see, I have this is just the black metal shelf I've used for years. I think I bought it at Lowe's or something years ago. It was like $20-some, but you can use any shelf obviously, but this just seems like the perfect size because it'll fit 6 of these trays without any wasted space. And I just have one light centered over each tray, which works really well. Last year, peppers, tomatoes, eggplants, they all did great. They got huge. They even flowered under this, so you want to pinch those flowers off if that happens, because you don't want them flowering inside really. And I save all of my old inserts from last year. I just wash them, give them a rinse. Those I like to use for tomatoes as really big ones. That way you don't have to pot them up. But this is a really convenient setup because once you attach these to the shelf, they come with little zip ties, so sort of attach them and then you can slide them back and forth as you saw me doing a little bit ago. The only annoying thing is all the cords, because they kind of like daisy chain together. So you've got all these cords you kind of have to tuck and deal with, but that's really not that big a deal. But that's the only somewhat annoying thing with them. You might want to get yourself a programmable power strip too. It's a convenience factor. This is cool because on the left hand side you have all the plugs that are switched, which are programmable, and on the right hand side always on. So like the always on is good for your heating pad, for example, that you want on all the time, whereas your lights would plug into the switched side. So these are the lights in action with our citrus trees. I don't have any seeds going right now, so it's hard to show that, but I will in a future video. But these are the exact same lights, but the 4-foot versions. Upstairs, as I mentioned, I use the 2-foot version because of the size of the shelf. But these are the same lights, and as you can see, the citrus trees are loving them. Look at the floor. There's no leaves on the floor. I have not swept or cleaned the floor once since October, so it gives you an idea. These really aren't dropping many leaves. And things like this Mandarin Satsuma, they're ripening up, they're doing beautiful. Look at the color of the leaves, they're dark green. You can see in the background right there, there's a Feijoa plant against the wall. They're almost black, they're so green, those leaves. So the plants are loving this. They love the full spectrum with the red. I really do think that is a nice way to go. And as I mentioned, the cheap fluorescent shop lights or LED shop lights, they work. I used them for years and years. There's nothing wrong with them, but when you can get these kind of results for, I think, cheaper. I mean, these were $69 for the set. Why bother with the shop lights that are $29 a piece that aren't meant for growing? That's kind of my thought process. So thank you for watching. This is the setup ready to go. I'll do some videos showing some plants in here once we get some going, but I'm very happy with this setup, these lights, and I think you will be too if you try them out.